Luna, a security dog from the International Airport security team, was always known for her ability to detect hidden dangers. Alongside her handler, Melissa Rodriguez, Luna had gone through thousands of security checks without ever disappointing anyone. Today, the airport appeared calm, and nothing unusual happened. However, this tranquility was quickly disrupted when Luna began behaving strangely. As a well-dressed woman in her 30s carrying a baby passed through the security checkpoint, Luna suddenly stopped. This was unusual behavior, unlike her typical reactions to threats like explosives or weapons. Normally, Luna would approach and signal only if there was a clear threat, but this time, she cautiously followed the woman and the child. Rodriguez closely observed Luna's every move. The dog wasn't barking or showing typical signs of tension. Instead, Luna's movements were alert and cautious. Her ears stood erect, her body tensed up, and she moved softly, never taking her eyes off the woman. Rodriguez had never seen Luna act like this before. She wasn't reacting to a weapon, nor seemed concerned with unusual luggage. It was a strange sign. Something wasn't right. Feeling uneasy, Rodriguez decided to approach the woman. The woman appeared flustered and was unable to maintain her previous calm demeanor. Rodriguez immediately noticed that the baby she was holding wasn't moving at all. Normally, a sleeping infant would show natural responses, even slight movements, when there was a loud noise or a change in the environment. But this child remained completely still. Rodriguez began to feel anxious. She asked the woman to present the child's documents, but the woman's responses were awkward and hesitant. The more Rodriguez observed, the more inconsistencies she found in the woman's statements. Small details, like an unusually scratched suitcase and inconsistent answers, made Rodriguez suspicious. The child she held might not be hers. Luna continued circling the woman, maintaining unwavering attention to her and the child. The dog's focus was peculiar and unwavering. This wasn't typical behavior for a dog trained merely to detect physical threats. Luna seemed to be signaling something deeper. After checking the woman's documentation, Rodriguez finally uncovered the truth. The woman was not the child's mother. The baby, in fact, was a girl who had been kidnapped a few days earlier. Luna, with her instincts and acute sensitivity, had uncovered this truth, saving a child from a kidnapping plot that Rodriguez and other security personnel hadn't yet noticed. This story once again demonstrates that sometimes animals' extraordinary abilities, like Luna's, can save innocent lives even before humans perceive the danger. Luna, the airport security team's working dog, has always been Melissa Rodriguez's trusted companion. Luna wasn't only trained to detect weapons or explosives, but also possessed an ability to sense dangers that humans usually can't detect. Today, the international airport seemed entirely normal, but an indescribable feeling was gradually spreading through the air. Luna, known for her calm and precise working manner, suddenly acted unusually. When a neatly dressed woman in her 30s, holding a baby, walked through the security checkpoint, Luna immediately changed her demeanor. She was no longer moving normally but started cautiously approaching and shadowing the woman. Her body stiffened, her ears pricked up, and her eyes focused intently on the woman's every move. Rodriguez had never seen Luna behave this way. The dog wasn't barking or showing nervous or tense signs typical of identifying physical threats. Rather, she seemed to sense something beyond human perception. "Don't worry, I'll leave right away," the woman said, her voice slightly nervous, as if trying to sound calm. But Rodriguez, with years of experience working alongside Luna, immediately sensed something unusual in her tone. The woman's uneasiness, combined with Luna's strange behavior, made Rodriguez feel that something was not right. Luna, the service dog, continued barking. Sharp and commanding barks echoed through the security checkpoint. Passengers nearby began turning their heads, creating a tense atmosphere unlike anything seen before. Rodriguez felt a growing sense of unease. This wasn't a normal situation. Though the airport was still operating as usual, she had the strong feeling that Luna was warning of something more serious. Rodriguez decided to approach the woman. Calmly raising her hand, she requested, "We need to check your documents." The woman looked at Rodriguez strangely, her eyes turning unnatural as if she was trying to avoid attention. But instead of complying, The woman stepped back, rejecting Rodriguez's approach as if she were trying to escape the situation. Rodriguez didn't give up. She moved closer and, upon closer observation, noticed something else strange. The baby in the woman's arms wasn't moving. For an infant, even in deep sleep, there are usually natural reactions like slight wriggling when there's a loud noise or a change in the environment. But this baby remained completely still, without the slightest movement. This couldn't help but raise Rodriguez's concern. Her unease deepened as she observed the baby's condition. Not only was the baby unnaturally still, but its breathing was irregular. There were no signs of normal reflexes at all. This was not how a sleeping infant should behave, especially in a tense situation like this. Something was definitely wrong. "The baby isn't moving," Rodriguez whispered, though she knew she needed to stay calm. "Can we see the baby's documents, please?" The woman hesitated again, not responding immediately. Rodriguez felt a strange sensation as she observed her reaction. This woman didn't seem like just a regular passenger. She might be hiding something. At that moment, Luna started barking louder as if trying to emphasize a warning. Rodriguez waited patiently for an answer. But instead of cooperating, the woman took another step back, avoiding her further. She didn't look Rodriguez in the eye. Instead, she lowered her head as though trying to withdraw from the situation. This only increased Rodriguez's sense of urgency. Was the woman deliberately hiding something? Could it be that the child she was holding wasn't hers? Rodriguez continued observing closely. She wasn't rushing, but her growing concern was becoming more evident. She trusted Luna's instincts. This dog never barked without reason, and its unusual actions were clear warning signs of a hidden danger. The strange behavior of the woman and the child could not be brushed aside. "We need to check your documents," Rodriguez repeated, her voice still calm and patient. But as the woman continued backing away and avoiding eye contact, Rodriguez knew she couldn't wait any longer. She called for security personnel to assist and prepared for a more thorough check of the woman's documents. Rodriguez's concern escalated as the woman kept refusing to cooperate. The baby still didn't move, and the abnormal signs became more obvious. A tense atmosphere blanketed the entire checkpoint area. Rodriguez felt a strong urge to keep pressing forward with the investigation as the woman kept avoiding her and refusing to comply. Her unease intensified. Luna, the always calm, sharp and precise service dog, remained alert. The dog's actions were a warning that could not be ignored. It seemed that Luna had detected something Rodriguez had not yet discovered. Rodriguez quickly decided not to let the woman leave. She needed to verify all the documents of the baby the woman was holding. Although she didn't want to jump to conclusions, everything, from Luna's signals to the baby's unusual state, made it impossible for her to dismiss the possibility that something was wrong. She asked the woman to provide the baby's documents and began checking them carefully. First, Rodriguez picked up the baby's birth certificate. Although it looked valid at first glance, something felt off. She noticed that the information on the certificate didn't quite match the legal documents she had seen before. Small details such as font type, official seals, and even the printing method didn't align with the standards of genuine documents she had processed in the past. At that moment, Rodriguez sensed something was truly wrong. She checked again, then moved on to the baby's passport. This time, the irregularities were even clearer. The passport lacked the typical security markings, and many of the details were inconsistent. Rodriguez's sense of unease became more apparent. She didn't need to check any further. These documents were clearly forged. And suddenly, she remembered a report from a few days ago about a missing child whose description closely matched this baby. The missing child's name was Sophia. This baby had been kidnapped, and now she was in the hands of the woman standing in front of Rodriguez. A strong emotion surged within Rodriguez. She was not just facing a case of kidnapping, but likely confronting a larger conspiracy. This woman wasn't the baby's mother. She was part of an ongoing abduction plan. Rodriguez silently thanked Luna's vigilance, for without the dog's intervention, she might never have uncovered this threat. Luna continued to follow the woman, never taking her eyes off her and the child. Luna's actions confirmed one thing. This dog not only sensed danger, but also understood, perhaps better than Rodriguez, the subtle differences in human behavior. The baby showed no natural reactions, something any normal infant would exhibit. Even though Sophia had been missing for several days, she could still sense Luna's care and protection, and Luna had immediately recognized that. As Rodriguez kept observing the woman's behavior, she noticed even more suspicious signs. The woman appeared nervous, her eyes avoiding Rodriguez's gaze as she was questioned about the child's documents. Her reluctance and evasiveness only deepened Rodriguez's suspicion. Seeing that the woman still refused to cooperate, Rodriguez decided to take firmer action. She called a colleague for support and asked the woman to follow her to the security room for further investigation. When the woman realized she could no longer avoid the security checks, she began to show clear signs of distress, which only confirmed Rodriguez's suspicions. While waiting for her colleague, Rodriguez kept a close eye on the woman. She remained calm and continued speaking gently, while Luna stood beside her, carefully watching every movement. The dog maintained a slight distance, but didn't leave, as if to ensure the child would remain safe under any circumstance. Rodriguez's teammates soon arrived and helped escort the woman to the security room. However, Luna did not leave the child. The dog continued to guard the baby, staying alert even though the woman had been separated from her. Luna was doing exactly what a trained service dog was meant to do: protect and ensure the safety of the child. As the woman was detained and began to be questioned, Rodriguez started piecing the story together. She realized that this was not just a simple kidnapping. It was likely part of a larger plan, possibly involving criminal organizations using children for other illicit purposes. She and her team had managed to stop a serious conspiracy in time, and Luna, with her exceptional ability to detect danger, was the silent hero who had helped rescue an innocent child from the hands of kidnappers. When the baby was taken to the hospital for a health check, Rodriguez finally felt a wave of relief. She knew that although her job could be difficult and full of risks, each day brought a new opportunity to protect innocent lives. And today, thanks to Luna, one small life had been saved, and a kidnapping plot had been thwarted. The story of Luna, the service dog, is not merely a tale about the career of a specially trained dog. It is a valuable lesson in honesty, remarkable intuition, and the ability to sense hidden dangers that not everyone can perceive. Honesty is at the heart of this story. Although the woman tried to conceal the truth, Luna's actions shed light on the suspicion. With her ability to detect and sense unusual signs, Luna discovered that the baby the woman was carrying was not her own, but a kidnapped child. Luna's honesty was not just in her ability to detect danger, but in her commitment to protecting innocent lives. This is a perfect example of honesty, which is expressed not only through words but also through actions, by doing the right thing even in the face of difficulty or challenge. Luna also demonstrated extraordinary intuition, not only in detecting physical threats like weapons or explosives, but in sensing subtle human behavior. Despite the absence of any physical warning signs, Luna noticed the behavioral differences between the woman and the baby. This dog did not simply operate according to a fixed training procedure. She relied on her instinct to protect what matters most: the safety and lives of those around her. The greatest lesson we can learn from this story is the importance of sensitivity and vigilance in our daily lives. Sometimes, unpredictable situations can arise, and if we are not careful, we may miss the signs of danger. However, like Luna, if we pay close attention to the smallest details, we can protect what is truly precious. At the same time, this story also emphasizes the vital role of collaboration between humans and animals in carrying out security tasks and protecting our communities. Luna is not only a loyal companion, but also a silent hero who helps save a child and thwart a criminal plot. Finally, I want to thank all of you for following this story and gaining a deeper appreciation for the value of honesty, sharp intuition, and the ability to perceive hidden threats in life. We can learn so much from Luna's sensitivity and loyalty, a truly extraordinary service dog. I hope this story continues to inspire each of us to stay alert, be truthful, and always protect what is good and just. Thank you for being with us.
With determination and courage, they were able to break the criminal network that had existed under the peaceful facade of the area. With each step forward in the investigation, the secrets of John Harris and those involved were slowly revealed. Ultimately, his story was told, not just about a mysterious death, but about a life filled with fears, obsessions, and heartbreaking decisions. John's death was not an accident, but the result of a struggle against long-standing criminal forces. Thanks to the patience and relentless efforts of the Martin family and Detective Jack, all of this was brought to light. The Harris family, who had lost their loved one with no explanation for many years, finally found solace. Though they could not change the past, at least they knew the truth about their loved one and could begin the process of healing the wounds they had carried for so long. The truth, though painful, was an important part of the recovery process, helping them find the sense of justice they had long yearned for. Throughout the investigation, Max was not only a loyal dog, but also an irreplaceable companion. His intelligence and excellent instincts helped the Martin family discover crucial clues, even when they didn't know where to look. Max became the bridge between the mysteries and the final answers. He not only guided them in their searches, but also helped the Martin family stay strong when facing horrifying truths. Max was a silent hero, always by their side, not only with unconditional loyalty, but also with a strong fighting spirit. As everything began to calm down, the Martin family started to feel a significant shift in their lives. They no longer felt fear or unease as they had before. A sense of peace gradually returned to their new home. The ghosts of the past, though not completely erased, had been somewhat resolved, bringing the Martin family the sense of safety they had long been searching for. Max's presence in their lives, with his courage and boundless loyalty, had helped the Martin family overcome their greatest challenges. Finally, after all they had been through, the Martin family felt they truly belonged in this place. They had found not just a new home, but a new life where they could rebuild what had been lost while maintaining their belief in justice and the truth. Max, as a trusted friend and true hero in their journey for the truth, had brought the Martin family the peace they so deserved. The story of the Martin family and their dog Max is not only an adventurous journey filled with drama, but also contains profound lessons about loyalty, patience, and the power of truth. Sometimes what we seek is not always easily attainable, but it is the challenges and hardships that help us grow and become stronger. Max, with his unconditional loyalty and remarkable intelligence, became an indispensable character in the journey to uncover the truth, helping the Martin family overcome every obstacle. The story also reminds us that while the truth can sometimes be painful, it is only by facing it that we can find true comfort and peace. Thank you for following this story and accompanying the Martin family on their journey to seek the truth. We hope that the messages about loyalty, patience, and confronting the truth have touched your hearts. Stories like this only become more meaningful when we share and learn from one another. Thank you for always supporting and being with us. We hope that each story will inspire you and give you deep reflections. We wish that you always find peace and comfort in every challenge life brings. On a warm October morning, the Martin family stepped into their new home, nestled in a